makings. Are you ready for this game?
I am so ready. The crowd, they look ready. The team should be ready as well. And I think that that's broken down perfectly. So much on the line for both these two teams. It's going to be nerve-wracking, and it's going to be so intense in the serve, and we're ready to kick things off here.
I think the crowd might be ready, but I want to hear you, Antwerp. Are you ready for this game? We are live.
And we're wasting no time. It is going to be the Vertigo pick coming in from Copenhagen Flames. It's their map pick. It is a map they will be looking to win if they want to take the series, because as Des said, the favorites would have to be ENCE. ENCE, though, starting on the CT side. We have a full USP armor purchase coming out, and Copenhagen Flames wasting no time. An A hit on the cards.
Straight up on the ramp side is ENCE for the time being, pushing through the side and ramp simultaneously. But Copenhagen Flames at a very fast flank. Now bolstering up 4 players over on the back of the site. Smoke's being deployed. First kill still not forthcoming, but there is Siphon through the smoke into the head, and that yields the bomb plant as well. And now ENCE have all the work ahead of them. They're going to have to try and retake. Snappy gets one.
Snappy gets one, but his retake isn't going to be easy. They need to hit the shots here, Vince. No utility.
No utility on the drive-by. Hooksy comes in, but Diha with 2 lights up the scoreboard. And now Nikodos with it all to do with the Glock, but Snappy says no. ENCE get first blood in the quarterfinals.
That was such a clean retake coming in from ENCE. They had no utility, Vince, no kits as well. They knew they couldn't allow Copenhagen Flames to feel comfortable in this post plant, immediately going in for the retake and making things so very convincing. And Snappy with an unreasonable shot to open things off. Clean shots coming out here from the side of ENCE. And I gotta say, at least in the server, this ENCE side, their first arena game, their first arena round, and they seem to be calm and composed.
Absolutely, 3rd in the world for a reason, as they have shown time after time. And Diha locking down the B side with his A1S. It is effectively just upgraded pistols and a couple of Glocks thrown in the mix as well, but ENCE have done well to kick things off very cleanly.
Yeah, not really going for the force buy here, even though Copenhagen Flames, they got the bomb down. So just going to be going for the pistols, as you pointed out there, Vince. Yabi going in for a little bit more. He's got a Tech 9 and Kevlar as well to work with. For ENCE, it's about keeping everyone alive, getting that MP9 in the hands of Madden to farm as much cash as possible. And you can see they've invested heavily in the rifles here. Lack of utility is something maybe Copenhagen Flames could try and abuse, but it's been a rock-solid hole coming out from the defense. And Diha, he's a player that Desk highlighted, Vince. He's a player we're talking about alongside Spinks as being the 2 stars of this ENCE lineup. And he's off to a rolling start, albeit it's against just the pistols.
Yeah, the caveat needs to be put into place, but you can understand all these players have not played on a stage of this magnitude before, so there could be some jitters, some nerves coming in, so it's great to see ENCE kicking things off cleanly. And although Nikodos does possess a deagle and 35 seconds, it's surely not going to be going in his favor. They have every single angle covered right now. And the star player on Copenhagen Flames is going to get sprayed down. 2-0 start, ENCE. Very convincing.
Very convincing, not losing a single player, but the buy is going to be coming in for Copenhagen Flames. You have the AK-47s being purchased. No AWP yet here early on in the game for Nikodos, but we have the AKs. We got a ton of utility as well. And Flames, I mean, they are really dominant on this map, but you go back a few days, you saw how it was a bit of a struggle against the Brazilians in the form of Imperial, and that is going to be something on the back of the mind. So we do have the first test here for ENCE. Madden still wielding the MP9 and looking to be aggressive. Time being, there's going to be Hades with the M4 of his, alongside his captain in the form of Snappy. Bit of a lull in the action here. No pressure towards mid from the side of ENCE. And Snappy looking to take the fight. He finds one, but the trade is immediate.
Ooh, Nikodos doubles up, gets ramp control. They'll be forcing away the CTs as well from rotational positions. Diha, who's had a lot of success already on the B site, may be caught in transition. But Madden feels like he could be the linchpin here. Blair, if he can get a kill with that SMG, anything's possible. And ENCE, they decide they're going to hold positions, and Copenhagen Flames begin to retreat.
They're expecting this re-aggression coming out from ENCE, but Madden being all by his lonesome, if he walks in and he falls, that A bomb side, it's going to be free for the taking for Copenhagen Flames. So just going to buy this time, holding the angle towards the short position. Siphon, in the meantime, making his presence felt towards mid, and that's keeping two of the CTs, at least one of them in the form of Spinks, focused towards mid, and a hit is coming in on the A-bomb side.
40 seconds to play with Spinks now in prime position. Grenade up and over, could be doing some significant damage, but HooXi is dealt with side, and there is Yabi. Straight through, claims the headshot. Diha in a 1-on-4. Time may work against the Danes if they're not careful. Diha's got one, did catch the leg, can't finalize the kill though. And Nikodos will be putting the bomb down. Diha, a dangerous game of cat and mouse. If he can take down Nikodos, this round is doable, especially considering how low HooXi currently is. The Nikodos expertly plays around the box, and Copenhagen Flames are finally on the scoreboard.
Don't give him a chance there, Vince. Well executed. I love how Siphon was making a lot of noise towards mid. It was forcing Spinks to hold down the mid. And we have a bit of a contingent here. They have been the loudest section in the crowd in the past couple of days.
I was surprised at how many ENCE and Copenhagen Flames fans we've got in the audience right now, honestly. We were just talking to a group of guys over to our left from traveling all the way from the US. Hello, guys. Pretty amazing stuff. I'm sure there's many other stories like that. But into the fourth round, we move black.
Yep, and the buy is of course going to be coming in. It was a great second round, so the buy comes in. Snappy, he's going to be plucked, but Hades with a quick trade.
Quick trade keeps himself alive on the sandbags. Susceptible to being mollied off. This is an important trade. It goes the way of Yabi. And Ramp can now fall the way of the tease, but it's a flop Molotov.
You can see slight nerves. It's tense. 4v3 though, still man advantage for the Copenhagen Flames side. And look at this, the push, and Yabi, he reads it to perfection. Madden will fall.
He may have messed up the Molotov, but there's nothing wrong with his aim. Two huge entries. And ENCE feeling the burn again on their CT economy. They went all in on this round, Blair. They're down to an SMG, they're down to an M4, and they have nothing in reserve. They've got to stand their ground and fight.
And I love how Copenhagen Flames are being so very patient. Man advantage, they don't want to give it away. Spinks now starting to question it could potentially be a late B play. But the Molotovs and the smokes getting deployed, that should be the tell. And Spinks got to go nuclear now.
Well, this has to be a huge round through the smoke. The right idea, but Yabi with his third. Entry kills to perfection. And just like that, ENCE are a done deal. Diha, his options are scarce. He either runs and tries to save the SMG or stands and fights and maybe posts up a kill. He doesn't even have a kit at this stage. So we are going to be all tied up at 2 apiece. And Yabi, take a bow. That was a phenomenal round.
We have so many questions and unknowns when it comes to these two teams playing their very first arena game, especially in a major as well. And there were going to be nerves. There were some questions. Can Spinks deliver? Can he be the best player in the server? Because he's been phenomenal by far. The desk spoke about it as well. Him alongside Diha, they've been incredible. Second and third highest rated player in the tournament right now. But you look at his Copenhagen Flames side, sure, it is a team effort for them. You don't really have a clear-cut star player. But Yabi, for me, man, as an entry, the amount of impact he can find. Hades over here caught in a very uncomfortable position. And this one, he knows Madden's got to go for some info play. And he waits patiently and pops his head clean off his shoulders. ENCE now down to just a saved M4A1 in the hands of Diha. But Vince, one thing we know about this man, he can deliver even if it has to be all by his lonesome.
They were discussing this on the desk. He is a huge heavy hitter on ENCE. So Copenhagen Flames can take nothing for granted. Need to tread lightly. What we have seen though is their ramp control's been solid, and that's what we're talking about. Insta headshot, Roy's just gone.
And immediately pivot back. They know there's no more guns here, and it's going to be just one defender.
Here comes Yabi, taking point, does get dinked down and finished off by Spinks, who's landed another headshot, but Siphon survives on 22, and now Diha's up to the plate, trying to drill down the players, and he's got himself 2 more. Ridiculous round from the pole, and he goes in for another one. A 4K for Diha.
Absolutely incredible from him. 1 M4, that's all they needed. A 4K, and all they had was USPs, Vince. 4 USPs and the M4, and Diha does everything by his lonesome. Opening it up, finding Roy. And it was a right call from Copenhagen Flames as well. They knew where Diha was towards the A bomb side. They immediately pivot back towards the B bomb side, but then Diha such quick rotations. 9-1 for him as we have a little bit of some fancy movement from Roy here, looking to catch Diha.
Beautiful play. We saw this in the Legend stage as well, Blair. We casted this. It was a flashbang and Roy got the perfect entry. So good to see them bust it out, but ENCE, they're a step ahead. They weren't even there to get headshotted down. Diha already on 9 kills as we move into the 6th round. And as we highlighted, a player may be down, he is never truly out.
Diha, he reads it. Almost finds the tap, but here comes the play though. 2 Ts pushing on in.
Nikodos in the meanwhile though gets the first entry. Now Diha has to try and rinse and repeat, but Roy has dealt him the fatal blow. Copenhagen Flames in a 4-on-2 will be very likely to secure this round, and ENCE want no part of it. It's 1 step forward and multiple steps backwards. If they can save these weapons though, there could be a way forward for another buy. Yeah,
they can still eke out a buy here, but the AWP in the hands of Hades, there's nothing it can do. Far away from where the bomb's planted. And yeah, if they can save these 2 guns, which they should, Madden can buy for himself, Hades can drop a weapon, but it's still gonna be a bit of a dicey buy. So yeah, Copenhagen Flames, great recovery. It looked like they completely capitulated in round number 5, but able to bounce back, keeping all 4 alive. Just Nikodos the only sole casualty, but that was after he did get one of the entries. So Copenhagen Flames making things still very competitive.
3-3, the score. They set it on the desk. Even if it does go the distance, even if it's a 2-0, they expect this is going to be a close game, and so far it has delivered. But a lot of it's been of individual efforts when it comes to ENCE, and that may be an issue going through into the latter stages of this map if it continues.
They're calling attack time at early on as well, with just 6 rounds in. Shout out to this guy. Shout out to this guy. He's been wearing that, I feel like, since yesterday.
I'll tell you right now, it's pretty hot in this arena, I'm not going to lie. I can't imagine how much that guy is struggling, so fair play. My respect.
All right, I can see your pick'ems. I can see your pick'ems.
He's got Na'Vi to win it.
He got Spirit. What a genius.
I got Spirit too.
You're a genius too, Ben. So here we go. It looks like they have talked things through as we have a buy coming in once more. As we spoke earlier, a couple of guns will be dropped. Diha will only have to make do with the MP9. A couple of kits, decent bit of utility as well to work with. We have an early boost once more. He's been spotted, however.
There was a flash in the eyes. I'm not sure if they know exactly where he is, but he's flopped the Molotov again. And that's going to allow Diha to stay in position, but he still gets plucked out from the AK-47.
Roy making up for that Molotov, and here comes the play. Spinks with the AWP. That's interesting.
Yeah, over Hades, it would appear. So definitely keep an eye out on this play. Spinks in the meanwhile, though, more than capable with the weapon. He's normally, though, when you think of Spinks, you think of the rifle. You think of just crazy fragging out with that weapon.
Look at the rotation from the Ts. This is brilliantly played. They know mid's open, so they have to invest Hades over there, leaving the A bomb side with just 1 defender right now, and it's got to be the captain to deliver.
Snappy up on the off angle, the scaffolding with a hit and run. Afforded the luxury of backing away, tosses in a grenade, no one's there to deal any kind of return damage though, and he's done enough to force the Flames back again.
Roy still has control of the B stair, so they will still have an avenue into this bomb site, and Spinks, he's been scoped in the entire round, and now it's turn to strike with the AWP.
Going in for that late boost again. We've seen this a couple times from the Flames. Spinks is here though, laid in wait, but he misses the shot. He's still alive to tell the tale, but there's going to be a Molotov designated towards him. Second shot is also missed. Hades steps up, delivers 1. 20 seconds left on the clock. Looking to try and fend off the push with Snappy. And they both nip in for France, but here's Nikodos from the back. 10 seconds to play with a 1 HP. He needs a headshot, and he needs it yesterday. Is it going to be forthcoming? No, Hades holds on, and again, ENCE getting the round, but by the skin of their teeth.
Hades actually faces, with barely any time remaining, the sheer cojones on this man. It was a bit of a question mark, seeing Spinks with the AWP, a couple of shots. Well, if it was in the hands of Hades, you'd know he wouldn't have missed that, but still able to bring it back. But you said it right, Vince. The rounds that ENCE are winning are coming down to the individual heroics of the players.
Vitality crowd has been amazing. This section has just been so loud throughout.
Shout out to them for showing up. Even though they're not there, the team's not there, they have definitely shown up.
Spinks on your screen there, missed a couple of key shots in that last round, but they weren't punished. However, the timeout has come and gone. ENCE are ready. Copenhagen Flames are also ready. And both teams going to have a bye, but it's not ideal on either side of the coin.
Yeah, this is going to be a pivotal round to see which team might be going on maybe a 2 or 3 round streak here. You see the Galils coming out for the side of Copenhagen Flames. It looks like a faster play towards B. Diha with a nade could deal a lot of damage.
Has been tossed in, but as Copenhagen Flames were a little bit more passive, not been affected. I understand why they've gone for that nade, though. We've seen that run boost multiple times. Flashing, Diha behind it, but he's getting drilled from multiple angles, and Yabi puts the final nail in the coffin. Spinks now showing us why he's so revered with the rifle with 2 big kills, and he forces back the Danes.
Roy somehow sneaking his way in. They have no idea, but it's caught looking the wrong way. That is so unfortunate for Roy. They've lost control of ramps now, and just 2 players surviving for Copenhagen Flames and Nikodos on 8 HP.
51 and Zyphon as well. Copenhagen Flames looking very rough. And keeping in mind the positioning of Snappy is so good, and Hades has his crossfire established on top of that. Bomb's been spilled down. This would have to be the play of all majors, and it will not be coming to pass.
Great round for ENCE to win. They needed that desperately. Keeping 4 alive as well. They can upgrade one of the MP9s to the AK-47s from one of the fallen Copenhagen Flames member. But still a long path ahead. This is so well done by Spinks. They lose Diha, and the fact is able to find not just one but the second kill. There was still a window for Roy to sneak his way in and just dismantle that A defense by his lonesome, but timing not quite panning out. A fast play coming in towards B, and this should be Farm City, but Diha getting riddled by the blocks.
They're basically tickling him, and Spinks the triple spray. It was a full-on eco, can't get too carried away, but that's going to build that confidence, and more importantly, the back balance.
You can see a couple of smiles on the face of the ENCE players as well, and that's what you need, right? Even though, yeah, that was an eco bash, it does definitely help to start to get warmed up. Copenhagen Flames, it was just Glocks. Now the buy comes out again, but ENCE have now started to get a bit of a lead, 6-3. You can see the maps as well. ENCE picked Nuke, their best map. This is Copenhagen Flames' best map. So a win here seems imperative for the Danish side. Roy, once more, leading the path.
Snappy may be mollied out, but he's still in a good position behind the cranes. Flashbang designated to mid. This could affect Spinks if he's not careful. Turns his back though, expertly navigates his way across. Another going to be moving into his crosshair, and he doesn't disappoint. Hooksy should tread lightly, or he will follow suit. And mid becomes the Flames' tomb. And they're getting sprayed across the map. They're being bullied and battered and bruised. And ENCE are looking good for yet another one.
ENCE look like they have stabilized. The first few rounds, it was iffy. And it came down to individuals, but now finally starting to look much better. I say that though. Immediate 2 kills from Yabi and Nikodos, and all of a sudden we still have a round in our hands here. They will creep on up. Still a lot of time to work with, but just 1 smoke.
Both players also have been tagged, and then the nades just rip and tear a little bit more HP off the bars. Puts them into headshot range of the 2 A1Ss. And now a fact-finding mission. ENCE decide they want to be pushing up the side, take some control, and this could be the nuts position. This is the round coming to an end. Mad and beautiful spray transfer. 7-3 lead. ENCE are looking undeniable right now on this CT side.
For a moment there, it looked like Yabi and Nikodos would potentially be able to bring it back, but just the consistent re-aggression, the constant mobility of the CTs from ENCE catching Copenhagen Flames off guard. We do have a half buy coming out. It's just going to be the pistols, maybe trying to take away a few weapons here. Once more the run boost for Roy, and he lands it again.
Hey, that's 100%, 3 out of 3 times. He has taken quite a bit of damage though, and there's another HG that's going to be finding his way, but the wrong side of the stairs. Forward position has been maintained though, but we've seen Copenhagen Flames get in these positions a few times, Blair, and they haven't really done much with it.
And for the side of ENCE, the past couple of rounds, they have started to build up a decent bit of money. You can see Mad and Sphinx on average about $7,000 on the two players, so they have stabilized their economy. They're looking pretty solid here. This nade should deal quite a bit of damage. Hades just trying to go for the jump spot, hasn't seen anyone yet, as Copenhagen Flames look to creep up and potentially find a couple of 1Ds.
Oh, that nade could have been so much worse. Had it have not been for the box, the timing was slightly off. There were 4 players down there. 5th is Huxi in middle with his Desert Eagle, and now Hades gonna be one tap round the corner. This could get a little bit sketchy. Snappy needs to get a couple more kills out of this position. He's being forced away. Now there's no Molotovs or HEs to deal with him. So it's still a really rough ask on Copenhagen Flames. And now Diha has joined the party, joined the fray. Down goes Madden. However, Snappy is also going to fall to Zyphon. He's picked up 3 kills in this round. And although he's down to 16 HP, they still have 30 seconds.
This is a lot of damage being dealt here. I'm not too sure why ENCE went for those fights. He had a headshot angle. And now we can see both the defenders remaining for ENCE. Diha and Sphinx, the 2 stars coming in. Bomb still needs to be retrieved.
Zyphon going in first with the A1S. D has dealt with his teammate and goes in for seconds. Diha, by the way, 15 kills already.
Easy for ENCE yet, Vince? I don't think so. I still feel like this game is still very, very early, but you have to admit, ENCE is starting to look pretty solid. A couple of rounds, that round in particular, didn't really have to lose so many players, but still, they stabilized. Diha has been absolutely brilliant thus far. Second tactical timeout getting called here for the Flame side. And you can see Zyphon, 18 years of age, playing his first major playoffs, and you can see the shots affecting Hades as well. Great work from him. And sure, they lose a round, but they do deal a little bit of damage. They ensure the coffers of ENCE don't spiral out of control. 8-3 though for the Finnish org. And here comes the buy once more. No op yet for the side of Nikodos. They're going to be sticking with the AK-47s, and Hades looking to take the fight.
Flashed and smoked out of position though. They nearly snap away the IGL, but Hades is there to repel the push. And ENCE on Flames, not looking like they're going to be doused anytime soon. Decent utility also tossed in, HC in an incendiary as well towards the ramp. And again, the Copenhagen Flames get aggressive, but they get forced away.
Spinks pushing in mid as well. He could catch his rotation, Vince, the timing. He could listen to the footsteps, but they're going to slowly sneak on up. If they opt to head up the ladder, Spinks should completely ruin their day.
Molly still burns, going to be drawing away. Spinks, he's on the long flank here, Blair. This could be so catastrophic for Copenhagen Flames. It really relies on Madden. If he can stall this with a couple of kills, that could be good enough, but he's lost his head, he's lost his life, and now Spinks has to try and pick up the pace. Now it's Diha, next up to the plate. They are watching the back though, the backside, but Spinks still takes the head before Zyphon's there to thwart the retake. They still haven't got the bomb planted though, and our utility is coming in thick and fast. Diha has also put a bullet between the eyes of Zyphon. 3 play 2, and suddenly the Flames have been put down again, and it's the pole in prime position to strike. Yabi's got himself one. This should afford him the luxury of the bomb plant. They have no more utility to stop this. They do have flashes, smokes, and a couple of kits. But Yabi could clutch. Hades will snatch it away though. And ENCE 9-3 in the lead.
Diha is pretty much single-handedly dousing the Flames. He has been so instrumental. That was a great call for them, going for the contact play towards the B bomb site. The defender is all by his lonesome. They take him down. Even the flank from Sphinx, it looked like he'd easily find a couple, but he gets smacked down. But somehow Diha once more finding a multi-kill. And that is what everyone's battling for. That trophy. And right now, ENCE are on fire. 9-3. 3 rounds remain in his first half. Diha's 17-6, and he has been just unstoppable.
He's been unbelievable, but you also have to have a look at Yabi. Yabi on the Flames has been so huge as well, with tons of entries, but it feels like there's been no follow-up. Roy has had a very slow game so far, and he's normally one of the better players. Madden, though, with 2 kills, 3 gets it as well! No mutually assured destruction this time. ENCE are on the fast track to 10 rounds, and they can thank their new recruit for a beautiful 3K spray down.
They've just been stopped in their tracks, Vince. Going for the contact play out mid. The bombs dropped as well, so it's a recovery mission for Yabi and Roy. And Madden, he's just spotting for them. He's not going to stick on around. Still on 37 HP.
Oh, this HE as well. It's so grim. It may not do a ton of damage, but it softens them up, and Spinks is going to finish this one off. The bomb's at the top of the box. Good luck, Yabi. Not happening. ENCE are playing lights out Vertigo CT side right now. It's hard to see how the Flames get back in this.
The rounds they're starting to win are looking convincing. What a hole from Madden as well. They just went for the walkout, and even though he had a teammate nearby, Vince, he was all by his lonesome. Just incredible control in the A1. And what looked like a very back and forth affair, just 15-20 minutes back, it was 3-3. It was back and forth. It came down to Diha getting some crazy multi-kill rounds, but with every single member of ENCE starting to come alive, the individual starting to shine. It's just starting to look very, very grim for Flames, as we will be seeing a light purchase. They're going to ensure they have enough money for the rifles come round number 15, but penultimate round of this first half here. And once more, they will have to just work with the Deagles and the Tech 9s. It's going to be a faster play once again out mid, and once more Madden has to answer.
And he has for the first and the second. He may go down to the hands of Zyphon, but he's got all the information and put it down into a 2-on-1. There is Spinks with the AWP again. Interesting. And Diha may go down on the site, but considering Yabi's on 12 HP and has now been finished off, the chances for Huki are looking bleak, as are the chances for Copenhagen Flames to get any kind of a stranglehold on this map. 11-3, and we were discussing this before, it was individuals popping off in the first few rounds. Now the entirety of ENCE is there, and they're all delivering.
Yeah, you're not expecting to see Spinks with the AWP just getting killed at will. We have a lot of Flames fans as well in the house. And a solitary ENCE fan right in front there. It's looking pretty easy for them, I have to say. Diha with a nade. Just going to chip away at Hooksy. But they have invested all they have. Final round of the first half for the side of Copenhagen Flames. Can they find one more, Vince? A fourth round is imperative for them if they want to make things competitive.
Yeah, it gives them a little bit of a foundation. But that's all it will be, unless they can convert from here on out. And Madden once again delivers. Niko's down, Roy gets traded out, and it's more of the same. Deja vu. The Danes are being straight up destroyed. And Diha is 1 kill away from a first half 20 bomb.
He might just even find it here. What an absolute shutdown it's been from ENCE. Zyphon, young Zyphon left alone, 1v4, great shot into Madden, but his position is known. Spinks will shut him down. ENCE get 12.
Incredible first half performance on ENCE, but I have to say the Flames have looked like they haven't got out of first gear so far. We've had moments of brilliance from Yabi. Roy showed a little bit up towards the end. But so many of their heavy hitters aren't on the server yet, Black. That has to change.
You gotta love them. You gotta love them.
Makes me think, imagine how loud they would be if Vitality were playing right now. I'm not sure we'd have a roof afterwards, honestly.
Well, right now, what we do have are Copenhagen Flames looking to make a comeback. Their pistol rounds have been a struggle in this Legend stage thus far, Vince. This time, they need to convert.
They simply have to. There's no second lifeline available. The Flames will know this, and they're posting up in passive positions. So ENCE very aggressive. Diha claiming a ton of kills, but now Niko's on the mid. The T's have bypassed him, they're swelling, they're swarming onto the site, and Snappy is claiming heads. Zyphon though gets 2, looking for a third, but Diha and Snappy now come together in tandem and pick up the kills. The bomb's been spilled down, Niko's is still alive, still taking heads. But Spinks has to flank. Spinks could still put this to bed. Spinks could potentially take this entire map and put it in the back pocket of ENCE. The bomb still in awkward position. Niko's administering the pain And Copenhagen Flames now have a chance.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Copenhagen Flames side. And Nikodos, what even are these shots? We said a pistol win was something they absolutely needed to make this even slightly competitive, and they find it. One step forward. Still trail massively, and you can see ENCE looking to exert the pressure. The force spy coming in, pistols abound, and it's going to be a trade down mid. HooXi with one, but Madden with the trade.
They sacrifice the pistol and they keep the Glil alive. They get a bit of control as well. And now Madden can try and spread his wings, fly out towards window. Roy knows this is a possibility, but Madden's using that smoke expertly. Roy's not sure if he needs to bolster up the B side or stay in mid. And meanwhile as well, Blair, ENCE have other ideas. This is all misdirection. It's such a huge moment, and he gets double peeked. Death from above. If it wasn't from Yabi, though, he's about to get white swung from Roy. And now Zyphon stuck on the side. Has to try and clutch this one out. He's going to be fine. Yabi's alongside him as well. And that Galil, of course, has gone down, but Sphinx is still alive. And that Deagle, if it finds its mark another couple of times, this could get interesting. But instead, Roy shuts him down.
The cavalry arriving in the form of Roy, because Sphinx, boy, oh boy. You could almost see it transpire in front of your eyes, but Copenhagen Flames, they withstand the test of the force spy from Snappy and his men. Just a light investment here, and for Copenhagen Flames, it's about shutting it down, not suffering too many casualties, starting to build up the economy, starting to go on a streak, and bringing this one back. As ENCE just come charging on in, and just the pistols, not much being invested. It's Yabi just duking it out with D-Hub, but this should be a clean round. But Hades has got something to say about it.
These are all important kills as well. Have a look at the economy in some of these players. HooXi down to 200, Yabi's on 400. Even if they lose this round at this kind of a deficit, another kill or two could be enough. ENCE could really put some pain down, but instead it's Roy. A barrage of bullets down onto the ramp, and Snappy with his Tech 9 alongside him. He's not had a slow game either. 10 frags to his name, but the Tech 9 at that range is going to get nothing in return. We said the Flames have got to get the second pistol. They have to convert that opportunity. They've done just that. They've given themselves a chance now.
All right, he's got some guns.
Damn. Okay. They're not quite fur levels, but
Close
soon.
enough.
Soon.
All right, we're jumping back in here. 12-6 now. Copenhagen Flames survived the first test, but Yabi getting whittled down to 31 points of health. And he hasn't faded back yet. He's found a little bit of a window of opportunity to scamper back, but mid is wide open. Vince, there's no one here for the Flame side.
No one here, and with a low Yabi as well, but there is going to be a peek, a wide swing in, and Zyphon with one. Thinks better of overstaying his welcome. He's got the hit he was looking for. Backs away. Very smart decision.
Oh! Dink onto Snappy. And ENCE, they're not falling back. They seem committed to going for this B-take, and Yabi just spraying away through the smoke. He's got backup as well, and Dia comes charging in, and he gets team flashed.
That should have been Yabi dying. He was switching weapons there, but as he said, the team flash was everything. And now it's really messed with ENCE's plans. It's been a wrench in the works, and Yabi's going to take that wrench out and knock them upside the head with it as he sprays down another couple. And there's Zyphon in mid. The Flames on the fast track back in this match.
5 rounds now. Just 5 rounds separate them. And we said they needed to win a couple of these rounds in a bit more of a convincing fashion, and they have indeed done so. The op now out in the hands of Nikodos. And this is something that Des spoke about when it comes to the IGL's delivering, and the Des has said, you know, when it comes to individual prowess, Snappy seems to have the edge over HooXi. And you can see right now HooXi is struggling indeed, but then if his stars in the form of Yabi and Nikodos can shine, it could be a whole different ball game. Quick flick from Nikodos, won't quite find its mark. This is a light buy, mind you, but there is an AK-47 in the hands of Sphinx.
There is the hero, the potential savior of this round, but Roy passing more tests. Now he is starting to get in this game. Now we're seeing what he is capable of delivering, but the second frag goes against the Flames. Another miss from Nikodos. He's landed very little in this round. He's forced away. Lots of nade damage though, and there's Yabi with the follow-up. He's been so on point today for the Flames. They can go from strength to strength as the spray is slightly awry, and Hades comes back with one. ENCE making this a costly round right now. And there's the peek in. HooXi nearly capitalizing on the momentary weakness. And there's Nikodos. He's landed the shot he was looking for. Snappy in a 1 on 3. HooXi may be low. There's 50 seconds. Snappy with the first. Making this sting a little bit more than the rotations in from Snappy.
Oh.
And Siphon just about survives on the lowest of health.
There was a world there if Snappy, if he finds Siphon, HooXi, the battle of the IGLs, and he was so very low. What was looking like a very one-sided affair. And Copenhagen Flames have finally seemed to have found their stride. Tag time getting called by ENCE. And they really haven't been finding much success here on the T side.
Awesome to see the Brazilian fans still in the crowd. Antwerp is still alive! What you love to hear. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Where dreams are made, or indeed shattered. And right now, the Flames, who are looking, honestly, dead and buried at half-time, they found that life raft, and they've been desperately swimming back ever since.
The Flames, they are burning bright indeed. It's been flawless on the defensive side. ENCE, though, even though they found 12, they found nothing here in the second half. Hades with the AWP, Roy spamming away through the smoke, almost finding the kill out of Madden as he will slowly peel back.
Oh, the damage is significant. Nade could finish him off. Lands onto his head, and they back out of ramp. However, it's at great cost to Madden's life, but he'll be so happy with that trade.
The repick from Roy. Bear in mind, Madden is so very low. Wielding the AWP. Dropped by his teammate. They continue to push ahead, and Roy continues to put them down.
Still in this fight. Smoke will force him slightly to back away. They have no side control. That could be a problem. Smoke is lined up, and they get HooXi as Roy is lining up the smoke himself. Roy is still alive, but he knows that side control has been deemed forfeit. He's going to try and get back to the site, but he meets Hades. And Hades will deal with him so quickly that this round should fall as a result. Yabi's still in this round, though, making a move through middle. Onto the elevators, and now about to show his hand on the A side. If he sneaks in, this is winnable. First kill goes down. Bomb's now been planted. This is a momentary one-on-one. The IGL is just biding his time. He's waiting. He's anticipating this push. And Spix will survive with 9, and Madden was on 5. That was so nearly winnable for the Flames.
91 in 1. He wishes he had that AK-47. Sphinx, though, surviving 9 HP. Not really a clutch because Madden was still alive, but as you pointed out, Vince, they were both so very low. And ENCE, they finally seem to have cracked the code. It was hairy. It came down to Copenhagen Flames making a couple of mistakes in the ramp hold. And despite the heroics of Roy, not quite able to find it, the speed from Sphinx and Dion. And 3 will fall and 2 remain for Copenhagen Flames.
Speed does indeed kill, and now the Flames are going to try and re-emerge. We had that comeback. We had the 4 or 5 rounds in the second half. It may not end up mattering if it comes to an abrupt end now. HooXi and Nikodos with no real money, or at least in the right position, but Madden still pinces in, and Sphinx will go full circle. He got the opening entry, and he'll finish the round off. 14-8.
21 for Diha, 19 for Sphinx. The second and the third highest rated players in the major, and they are here to play, Vince. The speed here, the 1-2 wombo combo. As they have left Copenhagen Flame shattered, they're going for the 4 spy. And for ENCE, 2 rounds to take map number 1. Multiple opportunities, and Copenhagen Flames are like, we're still gonna battle it out. They're not gonna try and play for OT. They want to bring this one back just with the pistols. And ENCE showing a bit of restraint. They know the money's not great right now for the Danish side. Being very methodical The Sphinx holding towards mid. All four other players gathered up outside the ramp position, and a cheeky little boost. That Deagle could potentially find one.
Problem is, there's going to have to be more bullets behind it to connect. He has a good idea to this position. They're going to check for this one. The kill goes against the Flames. They now know a second player is there as well, which is going to force a lot of wall banging to come in. And Hades plucks out the second player. As you mentioned, this being a force fight puts the Flames in such an awful position. And it looks like the final curtain may be coming down. Nikodos, last man standing, through the smoke snap, he goes for the spray. At least one kill for the star player, but Sphinx lays him to rest. 7 map points. And this is Copenhagen Flames' choice of map.
Copenhagen Flames have not been able to crack the riddle of the Sphinx as he has come alive on this T side. It was Diha who was a rock in the first half. With everyone chipping in for the ENCE side, it is looking unstoppable. It is looking like it's undeniable here as ENCE won away. 7 map points on their opponent's map pick. And look at this buy. Look at the buy for Flames. Couple of MP9s, couple of Deags, and a solitary scout for Zyphon. They have virtually nothing to work with. It's just scrap spins.
They couldn't get it done with rifles. It's hard to see how this is going to work out for them. But we have also seen a couple of crazy Deags from Nikodos already. They do their due diligence and they find Roy hiding on the crane. And this destruction derby from ENCE just continues. Copenhagen Flames had their second win, but it proved to be nowhere near good enough. Fuxi with the SMG though is making some pain down on the ramp side, traded back out, and Snappy would have heard that Yabi was getting up close, but that's only half the fight. Meanwhile, Zyphon has drilled into the head of Diha with a scout. So a 2-on-2 has fallen upon the server, but Yabi has the advantage, but he doesn't have the weaponry to make the most of that opportunity.
Zyphon has no Vince. He's picked up an AK-47, the 1v2 to save his team.
Everything on the line, with Nuke coming up next, and Zyphon delivers as he sinks in the fangs, tries to coil up and go back in again. Sphinx low HP, smoke down onto the site. Zyphon has no kit though. He may feel desperate to get in amongst this sooner rather than later. Tickling the bomb, trying to draw fire. Gets what he was looking for, takes the kill. This is going to be very close, but I think he has the defuse.
I think he's got it. He needed the clutch. He's got it, Vince. He's got it. He doesn't even need the kit. Oh, what a round! What a round from Zyphon! 18 years of age and pulls off the clutch to keep his team in the map. 15-9 now. And immediately ENCE calling for the tactical timeout. They knew they had one in the bag. They knew that was a round which was theirs. They knew that was the map. Have they allowed Copenhagen Flames back into the game? 6 rounds is what the Flames need to take us to OT. It does look improbable, but it is definitely not impossible.
Man, how are you going to claim Nikodos is your dad if you can't even spell Flames right? Come on, Chief.
No, it's Farms.
Farms?
It's Farms.
Either way, 15-9 the score now. Copenhagen Flames, like you said before, this is their last chance. They've had a second win. This may be their third win. Those are the kind of plays that can inspire, motivate, and really pick up the pace. But the way ENCE have been playing, I have to feel like that's probably just a blip on the radar.
We're about to find out. They have the weaponry this time, Vince. They won the miracle round with the Scout and the SMGs and the Deagles. Can they do it with the full-fledged buy? M4A1s, an AK-47 for Zyphon, and the AW from Nikodos. They're creeping on up, and it is going to be Hoaxy to fall on the B-bomb side. It's going to come down to Zyphon, but this time he'll find nothing.
Sphinx is continuing to twist the knife. The last 3 players stand for Copenhagen Flames. Yabi, Nikodos, and Roy. Under normal circumstances, this is a triple threat of doom. You do not want to be playing against this kind of a roster. And the bomb's still yet to get planted. Copenhagen Flames taking some momentum through mid, and there you can see the bomb dropped in the middle of nowhere. They're going to have to try and get around here. Snappy through the smoke, takes off that Mykonos, but there's Roy to come straight back in. And Spinks on 15 HP is still lurking on the site.
He's so very low. And Madden, they were biding their time. It's all on Yabi.
Yabi, 8 HP, gets the first, looking to try and pick up a second. They desperately need him to go huge here. 25 seconds, he knows the man has to push to him. Less Yabi, more uppercut, more haymaker, and Copenhagen Flames are still in with a chance.
Back-to-back 1v2s for Copenhagen Flames to keep us still in this map. Oh, that was such a weird round for ENCE. The bomb was nowhere nearby. And both Spinks and Snappy, so very low in health, they were waiting for Madden to come in with the flank, and I really felt they'd done enough, Vince. But in the end, the other youngster in the form of Yabi, he delivers.
You can't argue with how huge he's been in this game, and how Roy nailed and capitalizes through the smoke. Madden dropped to 16.
Roy is well down to 6 HP, and Madden walks out and finds Mykonos.
Unbelievable. So huge. Copenhagen Flames desperately clambering on for an opportunity to get into their choice of map. But my God, is this going to be a hard ask. As you said, Roy is low. Only an SMG, lack of utility. They only have one kit.
I'm going to be aware of this angle though. The boost coming in. Hooksy, he needs to deliver with his A1.
They've been in this position before. They had no success last time.
They don't
The
check.
timing works against them, and now Hooksy pivots in. Can fall back, but I don't think they realize the second player already pushed up there. Snappy gives his position away, but it's at the cost of Roy's life. And the smoke in the eyes of Zyphon will keep him in. That grenade is looking like it's going to be good for the kill. And Madden catches it in his pocket. Copenhagen Flames, though, are going to be cut down to size, and Yabi needs to clutch again. Won't be happening twice. It's converted, taking 16-10.
That was a hell of a showing from ENCE. It was close in the beginning, Vince, so it's back and forth, and then they went on an incredible streak. And despite the heroics of the youngsters on the side of Flames, you had a 1v2 from Zyphon, you had a 1v2 from